Back. It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. That's right, I am the big 4-0 today. I'm officially old. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Actually, JD didn't even wish me a happy birthday. Stein rolls in here.
I've been waiting.
Stein rolls in here and he gives me a Taco Bell gift certificate. JD rolls in here and he tells me how much my apartment smells. That's the birthday I get. Happy birthday I get.
That's factual.
Anyway, welcome back to the show. A lot to get to. The President of the United States will be joining us here coming up at the bottom of the hour. He's going to wish me a happy birthday. But before that, we always love having Darcy Spears on. Of course, her Dirty Dining segments from 13 Action News, and she's got some important information to share with us. Darcy, thanks so much for joining us as always. How are you?
I'm great, and a very happy birthday to you.
You see that, JD? You see? Thank you, Darcy. You see what she just did,
Absolutely.
JD? Yeah, that's not so hard.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Darcy.
Yeah, see, I appreciate that, Darcy. Maybe one day you can be my co-host. Anyway, let's start off.
Let's do it for the next few minutes. How's that?
Yeah, it won't be too much fun for my apartment, I'll tell you that much. But hey, talk to me a little bit about these stimulus checks. You know, the ones that Donald Trump wanted to put his name on. Yeah, those stimulus checks. Is there any information that you can share with us that apparently some people might be trying to steal these? Like, what information can you tell us about that?
Well, as many of your listeners may know, mail theft in the Las Vegas Valley is an ongoing issue. We've covered a number of stories about, the neighborhood cluster mailboxes being broken into. There have been some speculation that there are issues within the post office itself at certain branches. But now that opportunists, and, that's a nice word, we'll call them potential thieves, know that these checks are on their way. In many cases, paper checks that are coming to people's mailboxes, there's supposition that there's going to be kind of a heightened threat out there, that they're going to be waiting for their chance to break into the mailboxes, steal those checks, and, prevent the people who really need them from getting them. And we did a story about that yesterday to try to raise awareness about being hyper vigilant when it comes to collecting your mail. Like, get it the second you can. If you know when the mailbox is filled in your neighborhood, if you know when your postal person comes, wait till right after he or she fills the box, locks it up, and then you go get your mail right away, because the best prevention is preventing that opportunity.
Yeah, that's really good information. I think at one point all of us, sadly, at one point, maybe had their mail stolen or one thing or another. And, we see these videos of packages being stolen on porches. Let's remind people that is a felony. It is a even if you tamper with mail, it's a felony. It is it's federal offense.
Crime, yeah.
Yeah, so if there's anyone out there that is thinking, by the way, if you steal a stimulus check, how the hell can you cash it? Your name isn't on it. I don't even know how you'd be able to cash something like that to begin with anyway, but that is good information that you're giving out to our listeners. Protect your mail. Don't let anybody else have access to it. That is extremely important. So obviously with fewer restaurants, right, you're going to have fewer violators as far as health inspectors are concerned. But I know that you found a mobile El Polo number 2 dirty dining repeat offender. Can you tell us about this?
Yeah, let's work on your Spanish for a second, okay? It's El Pollo Mobile.
Yeah. Did I say polo? I'm thinking
polo,
of the sport. Thinking of the sport.
Thinking of Ralph Lauren.
Marco
Polo,
Polo,
with
I'm
the
sorry.
2 L's, yeah. So there we go. Spanish lesson of the day.
Wait, it's the average El Pollo Loco. Those ads.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I got you.
But let's please be very clear. We are not talking about an El Pollo Loco here.
Correct.
Yesterday's dirty dining offender was El Pollo Mobile number 2. So it's kind of like a food truck, but a little bit more substantial in that it's one of those, trailers that you can hook up. So it's in some ways a stationary outdoor unit. This particular El Pollo Mobile is a dirty dining repeat offender. We've had them on in the past, and they got dinged again on April 3rd when inspectors found the unit stationed at Rainbow and Smoke Ranch operating under 3 imminent health hazards.
Wow.
So, these are for, again, the really crucial and basic things that we all are counting on any restaurant that's open for business, for takeout and delivery, to be focused on when it comes to having hot water so that the people working there can properly wash their hands, the correct refrigeration to keep those food temperatures at a place where they're not going to grow bacteria. And in this case, the unit's wastewater tank was actively leaking sewage onto the ground.
Ooh,
so,
that is really
big, bang,
gross.
Boom. And, one thing that kind of stood out here, 2 of the food handlers did not have health cards, and one of them was caught falsifying food temperature logs.
Oh.
So you've got a little bit more of, kind of a distrust situation going on, even if everything else was okay.
So, Darcy, they're leaving their sewage in the streets?
Yeah, a lot. These food trucks and these mobile units, they have wastewater tanks that collect all of the gray water and the wastewater that's generated by the cooking process and the washing process. And that, sewage water has to be contained, but a lot of times you find it leaking. And when it leaks directly onto the ground, of course, that's considered improper disposal of sewage. It leaches into the ground. It can get into the sanitary sewer. All of that is a big no-no.
Leakage. It sounds like my grandmother. Well, that's another story for another show, but I will say that brings new meaning to the term take your crap somewhere else. That's pretty nasty. That's pretty disgusting. So, Darcy, before we let you go, just tell me how you're holding up in all this. Have you discovered any new restaurants where you're ordering food to go and you're pleasantly surprised? Can you give any of our listeners any ideas of maybe some businesses that are still up and running for to-go orders that you would recommend?
Well, my family and I, we try to do to-go about once a week, just to kind of keep the budget, but also continue to support the local industry. So last week we got takeout from a place called Block 9. It's a Thai restaurant on Town Center and the 215. And I believe that's run by the same family that owns a wonderful restaurant called Nataya's Kitchen. And I can't overstate how delicious our dinner was and how exciting it was for us to just have, something different than what we've been cooking at home. And we all, we just kept looking at each other going, oh my gosh, this is so good. So that was our find last week. It's not new to us. We get food from there when times are normal, but it was an excessively pleasant surprise when times are abnormal.
Darcy, are you surprised how well Las Vegans are handling this lockdown, this quarantine situation, considering that right now the entertainment capital of the world is totally devoid of the exact thing that it's known for, entertainment? Are you surprised that Vegas is doing really well holding up under these circumstances? And how long do you think it's going to actually last?
Well, I think the term Vegas strong is literally, it's a real thing. Our community has been through some incredible tragedy, and we've shown that we can deal with it and that we can also recover and rise above. So in that way, while there are so many people hurting for so many reasons right now, I'm not super surprised at our ability and our commitment and our resilience to deal with stuff like this. I would love nothing more than to say when that shutdown order by the governor ends on April 30th that things will, in fact, be able to start back up again. I certainly don't expect a miraculous opening of everything where everyone's just thrown back into their lives. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be cautious for some time to come. Even when things do get back to business, I think people may not be ready on a grand scale. But half of my mind is like, he's just going to extend it another 30 days and we're going to be here through May. And I don't understand why the schools haven't said, hey, guess what? No one's coming back this year, because I'm pretty sure the writing's on the wall for that. So there's still a lot of uncertainty as to where the end is. And really no way to know which half of me is right. The half that says, okay, April 30th, end of shutdown, let's go, versus the other half that says, I know we got another month inside before anybody says anything substantive.
All right, Darcy, well, you always do a great job for us. We really do appreciate it. Let me know if you see anybody else leaking sewage out of their food truck. Boy, that is so nasty.
That's filthy.
Darcy, before we let you go, give us that information to our listeners. How can people follow you on social media and, of course, see you on television?
Well, everybody can find me on Facebook. My professional Facebook page is there and updated constantly, as well as my Twitter feed, which is at DSPINV13. And, of course, all of my stories are posted at KTNV.com on our website. The different shows where my stories are airing these days, it's bouncing all over the place. You can see me at 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. So just if you're looking around and you're watching the news, which so many people are in so many greater numbers these days, and we do appreciate the opportunity, to be a source of important information and communication. So I'm there. And if your TV isn't on at the right time, KTNV.com is there.
Yeah, you guys do a great job, and your Dirty Dining segments are awesome and a great service to the community. Darcy, thank you so much for your time. Always appreciate it when you come on. Please stay safe, and we'll catch up with you again next week, okay?
Thank you, and happy birthday again.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Darcy.
Thanks a lot, Darcy.
It means a lot. Yes, I am 40. It's depressing. I'm getting old. But we do have some good news. According to our producer, Jason Stein, is it true that we have Donald Trump, the President of the United States, that's going to be joining us next segment to sing me happy birthday? Because I thought you were messing with me earlier when you said, hey, I got you the President.
Donald J. Trump.
Okay, I thought you were messing with me. So this is serious. This is a serious thing.
He actually contacted me.
The President reached out to you and said, I want to wish Brian Shapiro. He knows I talk a lot of trash about him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he likes that.
Wow.
He's flattered that you're just talking about him.
He likes it.
Well, Stein and Jared Kushner have been playing Words with Friends for about 3 months.
You know what? This is news to me.
Stein beats him all the time.
Let's take a break. When we come back, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, will be singing happy birthday to me live when we come back. This is unbelievable. We'll take a break. Be back right after this. You're listening to The Vegas Take on the all-new 101.5 FM, 720 AM, K-Dawn. It is the Vegas Take. Sharp and Shapiro, so glad you could join us on a Thursday. Yeah, it is my birthday. I'm 40 years old. Hey, listen, 40 is a big deal. I'm not like 12. I don't celebrate every birthday. But the last birthday I celebrated, I was 35 years old, and I got a huge suite, the Elvis suite, actually, over there at the Westgate. Had about 150 people, and it was a good time. But no, I don't celebrate my birthday every single year. But the guy joining us on the line right now, I got to say, this is a treat to me. Because I've never had the President of the United States wish me a happy birthday and sing happy birthday to me. But is it true that we have Donald Trump on the line? Mr. President, are you on the line, sir?
Hello, guys. How are you? Good afternoon out there.
Mr. President, good afternoon. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you on the show. I know you are aware, Mr.
Always an honor for you. Always an honor for you.
Of course it is, Mr. President.
It's definitely